Chosen one, this message is reaching you at the exact moment a chapter is closing in the spirit. What you have known as financial stagnation, delay, and limitation has reached its expiration date. This is not a gradual improvement or a temporary break in pressure. This is the official end of barrenness and the beginning of overflow. What God is initiating now goes far beyond money appearing. It is a divine movement entering the core of your financial life. For a long time, it felt like effort did not equal outcome, like faith was strong but results were slow, like provision came just in time but never in abundance. That cycle is breaking. God's hand is now entering areas that were previously locked, restricted, or resistant. Where God moves, poverty cannot remain because lack has no authority in His presence. This is not relief designed to keep you surviving. It is a restructuring designed to make you free. Heaven is not offering a momentary blessing. It is enforcing a permanent shift. The season where finances drained you emotionally, spiritually, and mentally is ending. God is not repairing the old system. He is replacing it. This is why the shift feels weighty, final, and irreversible. You are not stepping into something fragile. You are stepping into something established. The reason this feels different is because it is different. This movement is rooted in divine decision, not human timing or qualification. You did not arrive here by accident. This word is confirmation that your financial environment is being rewritten from the inside out. What once resisted your progress will now cooperate with it. What once delayed you will now release you. This is not about luck, coincidence, or chance. It is about alignment and authority. God is declaring that survival is no longer your portion. Overflow is not something you chase anymore. It is something you receive. The pressure is lifting because the resistance has been overridden. This is the end of financial stagnation, and it will not return. Chosen one, moments like this require more than listening. They require agreement. That is why it is important that you stay connected to this message until the very end, because spiritual movements often complete themselves through awareness and participation. This is not about entertainment. This is about activation. When you engage with faith, you give direction to what heaven has already authorized. I want you to write something warm and encouraging in the comments, not for visibility, but for alignment. Words spoken and written in faith are not passive. They are creative. Then type 99 as a symbolic seal of expectation, completion, and overflow pressing beyond limitation. This act is not superstition, it is spiritual agreement. Throughout scripture and spiritual law, alignment of words, actions, and belief releases movement. When you speak expectation, you are giving permission for manifestation. When you write in faith, you are declaring readiness. Liking and subscribing to this message is not about algorithms. It is an act of consent. You're saying, I agree with this shift. I receive this movement. I allow this flow. Faith that remains internal stays dormant, but faith that is expressed activates authority. Heaven responds to alignment, not observation. This is why participation matters. The moment you engage, resistance weakens. The moment you agree, momentum increases. You are not trying to convince God. He has already decided. You are simply positioning yourself to receive what has been released. This is how spiritual seals are applied. This is how transitions become permanent. Your engagement is proof that you are not standing on the outside of this movement. You are inside it. Chosen one, not every divine shift announces itself with noise. Some of the most powerful changes happen quietly, beneath the surface, before the natural world can detect them. This is one of those moments. While it may feel like nothing dramatic has happened yet, a decisive spiritual transaction has already occurred. God has moved independently of your effort, strategy, or planning. This shift was not triggered by your actions, it was authorized by His will. While you were managing visible responsibilities, heaven was rearranging invisible systems. Permissions have been released on your behalf. What was once restricted is now accessible. What was once delayed is now in motion. The seal of poverty is being broken, and embargoes that held your finances in place are lifting. This is not chaos, it is order being restored. The transition you are entering moves you from constant struggle into sustained flow. You may not feel the full impact yet because spiritual shifts always precede physical evidence. But what has been authorized cannot be reversed. God does not undo what He releases. The reason this feels calm instead of dramatic is because it is permanent. You are crossing from resistance into rhythm, from force into flow. The quiet nature of this moment does not mean it is small, it means it is precise. This is heaven finalizing something that will soon be obvious in your natural life. Chosen one, God has seen every season you endured where just enough was your reality. He witnessed the moments when your hands were empty, but your faith remained full, when your prayers felt unanswered, but your praise stayed intact. Every sacrifice, every quiet tear, every choice to remain faithful under pressure was recorded. God is not unaware of what it cost you to survive with dignity. He saw how you refused to let lack harden your heart or distort your character. What looked like crumbs was preparation for overflow. What felt like delay was capacity being built. This is the moment where shame is canceled and dignity is restored. You are not entering blessing as someone who forgot humility. You are entering it as someone who mastered endurance. God honors what you protected in the dark. The struggle was not punishment, it was positioning. The years of stretching, trusting, and waiting did not disqualify you, they qualified you. This is why the reward is not hidden. God is transitioning you from private endurance to visible provision. The same hands that were once empty will now hold more than enough, and there will be no guilt attached to it. What you are stepping into is not compensation, it is vindication. Chosen one, this financial shift is not happening because you worked harder, it is happening because you aligned deeper. This blessing is not earned, it is authorized. God is ending cycles that never belonged to you in the first place, cycles rooted in generational patterns, systemic limitations, and inherited struggles. These were assignments that attached themselves without your consent, and they are now being exposed and removed. God is honoring the dignity you maintained during lack, the integrity you protected when compromise was tempting, and the faith you preserved when results were slow. Inner richness always calls forth outer reward, and the alignment you cultivated internally has now reached a point of manifestation. This is happening now because you are ready to steward it. You no longer need money to validate you, which means money can now serve you. The timing is precise, not delayed. God waited until wealth would no longer distort your identity, but expand your impact. This is not about effort, it is about positioning. And because alignment is the foundation, what is released now will remain. Chosen one, what was authorized in the unseen is now beginning to surface in the natural, and this is where movement becomes visible. Doors that once felt permanently sealed are starting to respond, not because you forced them open, but because their permission status has changed. Opportunities that ignored you before are now finding their way back to you. Money that was delayed, misplaced, forgotten, or withheld is resurfacing through channels you did not plan or pursue. Refunds, returns, inheritances, settlements, contracts, unexpected payments. These are not coincidences. They are symptoms of release. This is not a slow drip designed to keep you hopeful but dependent. This is a divine flood meant to recalibrate your expectation. God is not sending trickles, He is restoring flow. What makes this movement unmistakable is its personalization. This release is not generic, it is targeted. The amounts, the timing, the sources are aligned specifically to what was withheld from you, not from someone else. You may notice accounts you forgot about being mentioned again, funds that were on hold suddenly clearing, conversations reopening that once went silent. This is heaven reclaiming what was stalled. The reason this feels sudden is because it was not delayed in the spirit, it was staged. What is arriving now has been an accumulation, not absence. God does not rush provision. He releases it whole. This is why when it begins, it feels like momentum instead of relief. Your financial life is shifting from unpredictability to reliability, from anxiety to expectation. You are not meant to be shocked by provision anymore. You are meant to recognize it as your new normal. The manifestation you are stepping into is not fragile. It is backed by authority. Once this movement starts, it does not stop halfway. What begins now will continue to build because it is sustained by alignment, not circumstance. Chosen one, the wealth being released into your life is not designed to elevate your image. It is designed to restore your freedom. God is not interested in status symbols. He is interested in peace, stability, and expansion. This shift is ending the constant need to explain your struggle, justify your pace, or defend your process. Financial pressure has a way of shrinking people, pulling their energy inward just to survive. That season is ending. You are becoming someone who can show up fully, present, and available, not distracted by worry or drained by lack. This wealth is not about proving anything to anyone. It is about removing limitations that never should have existed. As overflow becomes your environment, your identity shifts naturally. You move from managing scarcity to funding vision, from hesitation to decisiveness. God is breaking generational ceilings through you, not just by giving you more, but by changing how you move. You are no longer operating from fear of loss. You are operating from confidence in provision. This is where generosity becomes natural instead of forced, where rest becomes normal instead of rare. The purpose of this wealth is to create space to think, create, serve, and build without pressure. You are not becoming wealthy to stand above others. You are becoming resourced so you can stand firm. This is not excess for ego, it is overflow for impact. God is entrusting you with abundance because you value freedom over appearance, peace over applause, and purpose over performance. That is why this wealth will not corrupt you, it will clarify you. Chosen one, God did not delay this season to punish you, He delayed it to prepare you. The timing of this release is precise because you are now grounded, wise, and spiritually mature enough to steward what is coming. Earlier versions of you would have seen wealth as validation or escape. This version sees it as a tool. God waits until blessing can expand you instead of destabilize you. The wisdom you've gained through struggle, the discernment you developed through loss, and the patience you cultivated through waiting have created a foundation that can now support increase. Wealth is no longer a temptation, it is an assignment. What flows to you will flow through you, and that is why heaven trusts you now. This blessing will not isolate you, it will amplify your testimony. God's sovereignty over resources means nothing arrives prematurely or accidentally. Everything comes when it can be sustained. This season is not fragile because it is rooted in trust. God is not testing you with lack anymore. He is trusting you with abundance. And because the foundation is solid, the blessing will remain. Chosen one, something deeper than circumstances is changing. You are shifting frequency. For a long time, scarcity spoke loudly in your life, shaping decisions, limiting options, and influencing expectations. That voice is being silenced. Lack has expired, and abundance is becoming your dominant environment. This is not positive thinking. This is spiritual recalibration. Heaven has marked your finances, and that mark carries authority. What once felt heavy now feels lighter. What once required strain now responds with ease. This shift is irreversible because it is not emotional, it is legal in the spirit. Earthly systems may fluctuate, but heaven's decree overrides them. Your life is beginning to resonate with provision instead of pressure. You are no longer vibrating at survival, you are aligning with sufficiency and overflow. This frequency attracts opportunity, connection, and resources naturally. You are not chasing abundance anymore, you are matching it. And because this shift is sealed by heaven, scarcity has no permission to return. Chosen one, this blessing did not start with you. It is connected to prayers spoken long before you were born. You are standing at the intersection of ancestral faith and present-day fulfillment. What previous generations prayed for, hoped for, and never fully saw is finding completion through you. This wealth carries weight, visibility, and proof. It is not light or fleeting, it is legacy substance. God is restoring what was interrupted, denied, or delayed in your lineage, and He chose you because you could carry it with integrity. Your life is becoming evidence of divine precision, a visible continuation of unfinished prayers. This is not just about your comfort, it is about generational repair. Through you, cycles are closing and new standards are being set. The wealth entering your life is not just for now. It is designed to echo forward, creating stability, opportunity, and freedom for those who come after you. You are not just receiving provision. You are inheriting responsibility. And heaven has determined that you are ready. Chosen one, this season requires an identity rewrite, because the version of you that learned how to survive cannot coexist with the version of you that is about to flourish. The mindset of hesitation, delay, and fear that once kept you cautious is being retired. Survival language is losing its grip. Phrases like, "I can't afford that," "maybe later," or "one day" no longer match the environment you are entering. God is giving you permission to expand without guilt, to choose without fear, and to dream without self-censorship. For a long time, your imagination had to negotiate with limitation, but that negotiation is ending. Dreams that once felt irresponsible or unrealistic are now being funded by provision instead of restrained by fear. This rewrite is internal before it is external. You are learning to move as someone who expects resources to meet obedience, not someone who braces for lack. God is dismantling the old reflexes that made you shrink, apologize, or over-explain your desires. You are not becoming reckless. You are becoming confident. This is the moment where you stop asking whether you are allowed to thrive and start accepting that flourishing is part of your assignment. The old version of you kept things small to stay safe. The new version trusts God enough to build bigger. This is not arrogance, it is alignment. As your identity shifts, your decisions become clearer, your boundaries stronger, and your vision sharper. You are no longer reacting to life, you are authoring it. The retirement of the old version is not loss, it is liberation. Chosen one, the resistance you experienced was never just about money, it was about identity. Financial warfare is often identity warfare in disguise, because a chosen one who is financially free becomes dangerous to systems built on fear and dependence. The intensity of the attack was proof of the impact you carry. The enemy did not fear your lack, it feared your future. Every delay, every sudden expense, Every cycle that tried to reset you back to zero was an attempt to exhaust your belief in momentum. But the strategy failed. You endured without becoming bitter, you waited without walking away, and you remained aligned even when resources were thin. That endurance disarmed the opposition. The reason the pressure felt relentless is because what you are stepping into is expansive. A financially restricted chosen one can be managed, but a resourced one becomes a funnel, someone through whom provision, opportunity, and influence flow. That threat triggered resistance, but resistance cannot override divine authorization. What was meant to drain you actually refined you. You now recognize attacks without internalizing them. You no longer confuse delay with denial. This awareness marks the end of warfare and the beginning of authority. You are not fighting for access anymore. You are moving with permission. The intensity is over because the transition is complete. Chosen one, God is not opening a single door. He is opening streams. This season is not about one breakthrough that you celebrate and then fear losing. It is about a continual flow that stabilizes your life. You are moving beyond miracle-to-miracle survival and into sustained momentum. Heaven's fingerprint will be evident in every transaction, every opportunity, every alignment that unfolds naturally instead of forcefully. Provision will no longer feel dramatic, it will feel consistent. This consistency builds confidence without arrogance, because you know the source is divine, not ego-driven. You are learning how to move from rest, not rush, from assurance, not anxiety. Momentum becomes your new rhythm. Instead of starting over repeatedly, you build forward. This is what it means to live under covering. Resources respond to obedience, and flow follows purpose. You are not hustling for favor anymore. You are walking in it. The stability of this season allows you to plan, expand, and invest without fear of collapse. God is teaching you how to steward flow, not just receive miracles. And because this flow is heaven-backed, it does not exhaust you, it sustains you. Chosen one, the shift in your life will not remain private for long. Others will begin to notice the change, but they will struggle to explain it. They won't be able to trace it to hustle, trends, or timing. The acceleration will not match your visible effort, and that is intentional. God is establishing His reputation through your life. The only honest explanation will be simple: God did it. This is not a temporary blessing that fades, it is a lifestyle upgrade. Peace replaces pressure. Ease replaces urgency. Authority replaces insecurity. As your life stabilizes, your presence carries weight. You speak differently, decide differently, and move differently. This visible change is not meant to impress, it is meant to testify. Your life becomes an answer without you needing to explain it. The more natural this becomes for you, the more undeniable it becomes for others. God is not just blessing you, He is making Himself known through your consistency. Chosen one, in the Spirit, this season has a sound. The sound of vaults unlocking and permissions being activated. Your name is being linked to release, not restriction. Change is no longer something you chase, it is something that finds you. Prosperity begins tracking you because alignment attracts provision. This is not a one-time moment, it is saturation. Blessing is entering your environment in layers, touching relationships, decisions, and opportunities. What once required effort now responds to presence. This is spiritual authorization made audible through results. You are not waiting for permission anymore. You are moving with it. The sound you are hearing is not noise, it is confirmation. What has been released will continue to expand because it is sealed by heaven and supported by purpose. Chosen one, heaven keeps accounts even when the world forgets, and this is the season where divine accounting becomes visible. Every seed you sowed in faith, when resources were thin, when obedience cost you comfort, when generosity required trust, was recorded. Nothing was lost, overlooked, or miscalculated. What looked like depletion in the natural was accumulation in the spirit. God does not reward immediately. He rewards accurately. Supernatural accounts have been filling quietly over time, building weight, substance, and momentum. Now the season has shifted from sowing to revealing. What is being released is not random income, it is accumulated reward. This is why the increase feels layered instead of sudden. God is unveiling what has already been stored. And this release is not rushed, because it must support overflow without collapse. The authorization came after capacity matured. This is not a payout that disappears. It is wealth that reshapes timelines, stabilizes futures, and repairs legacies. You are not catching up anymore. You are stepping into prepared abundance. The reward season does not drain you, it restores you. This is heaven balancing accounts with precision and care. Chosen one, poverty was never native to you. It was inherited, learned, and enforced by systems that mistook endurance for destiny. That pattern is breaking now. Generational poverty does not end quietly. It ends publicly because God uses visibility to dismantle lies. You are being lifted not to shame where you came from, but to prove what was always possible under divine alignment. The survival mindset that required sacrifice just to stay afloat is being replaced with stability that supports growth. You are not dishonoring your lineage by thriving, you are completing it. Through you, cycles of limitation, scarcity, and financial fear are being interrupted. Poverty is losing its authority, its narrative, and its permanence. God is declaring that shrinking is no longer required for safety. You are allowed to expand without guilt. This is not just a personal breakthrough, it is a generational reset. What you establish now becomes the new standard for those who come after you. The struggle ends with you, and the evidence will be undeniable. Chosen one, acceleration is now operating over your finances. Timelines are shortening, delays are collapsing, and provision is arriving without being requested. What once required negotiation now responds with ease. This is not chaotic speed, it is divine efficiency. Wealth in this season does not inflate ego, it produces radiance. You carry yourself differently because pressure is gone. There is a lightness to your presence, a steadiness in your decisions, a clarity in your vision. Acceleration is not forcing outcomes, it is removing resistance. God is redeeming time by compressing process. Opportunities align faster. Resources gather quicker. Results appear smoother. You are standing at the open vault, not straining at a locked door. This is the fruit of alignment meeting authorization. You are not rushing, you are arriving. And what accelerates now is sustainable because it is supported by wisdom and restraint. Chosen one, an old system has been unplugged, and a new one is being installed. The hardship-based economy that governed your decisions. Where effort did not equal reward and anxiety dictated choices, is being removed. In its place, a heavenly economy is activating, one that responds to obedience, integrity, and alignment. This recalibration affects more than money. It shifts energy, opportunity, and flow. You will notice signs and confirmations appearing naturally, validating the change. Gatekeepers who once delayed you will lose influence. Favor will override access restrictions. This is not about bypassing process. It is about being positioned correctly within it. The new system does not exhaust you, it supports you. You are no longer surviving within broken structures, you are thriving within divine order. This installation is permanent because it is purpose-based, not emotion-driven. Chosen one, God is releasing wealth because He trusts you. Capacity has been enlarged, motives purified, and discernment sharpened. What flows to you now will not distract you, it will align you. Wealth becomes a key that unlocks influence, opportunity, and expansion without compromising your integrity. Momentum becomes your new rhythm because stewardship matches increase. God does not fund chaos, He funds order. And because your heart is aligned, resources move with clarity. This is not just personal growth, it is kingdom expansion through responsibility. You are trusted because you are anchored. And what is trusted to you will continue to grow.